Let me send an invite to him. There
And
we
the
go.
good news that I mentioned earlier, I like the way Facebook keeps the lives. So even though we might not have
Yes.
a whole lot show up for the live, they get to watch the replay. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to do a little bit of question and answer because I've been getting a lot of questions, through Messenger, and answering those one by one. It's a lot easier to address it in video format. So, well, we'll go ahead and start. I just wanted to introduce a lot of you guys, especially from Texas and from Colorado, may not know Kelly. Kelly goes to church with me. We've been going to Christ Church Branch Cove. I don't know, 3 years now, maybe 4.
something like
Kelly,
that. Yeah.
yeah. And really just hit it off with you guys and with your husband Aaron, me and him. We joke that we make a full man with our vision. So I've lost all of my central vision and he's lost his peripheral. So we kind of, we're safe a little bit when we're driving in the car together.
Safe bros.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's, that's a good connection for me anyway. I need somebody that can understand a little bit of what this is.
Yeah.
You're probably about to hear my dog. Anyway, so Kelly, about, I don't know, mid-December, maybe early December, you started talking to me about digital marketing. And of course, whenever I first heard it, my pyramid scheme, MLM, radars kind of perked up. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I'm very much against those types of things. And generally speaking, anytime there's an online business opportunity, I can be skeptical. And it's kind of unfair because I don't know if you've ever listened to Dave Ramsey. Have you ever listened to Dave Ramsey?
We
Yes.
read, breathed, lived Dave Ramsey for so long.
Yes, yeah. Dave Ramsey's excellent. I was listening to a call-in show of his, and a kid, like 21 years old, was calling in from a beach, and he was making $50,000 a month drop shipping.
Yep.
And it's like, well, I mean, I know that there's opportunities out there, but how do we wade through them and find out what opportunity to go through or to take advantage of? And so whenever I saw your your excitement about it, it piqued my interest, but it was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know that that's even something I can do. I mean, obviously it's something you can do. You were killing it at that time. And I wasn't quite sure. But you encouraged me, and I'm glad you did. It really completely changed. I launched December 14th. Completely changed my Christmas. I mean, we were looking at not being able to buy gifts for anybody. We were looking at, I was struggling with my credit cards and minimum payments. I wasn't able to make some minimum payments that month. And I was looking at not being able to make a car payment. And from launch to December 31st, I had paid off 2 credit cards. I had made my car payment, and I had bought gifts for my family.
Wow.
And that was something that was just completely abnormal to me. So I kind of wanted to just interview you, learn from your experience a little bit, and maybe see, maybe help people understand a little bit of what we're talking about when we talk about digital marketing. So my first question really is, what is digital marketing?
Digital marketing is businesses that market using the power of the internet. Digital products is any product or service that people sell that is not tangible. And so when we talk about digital marketing, to break it down simply, if you own a business of any kind, I'm talking about a brick and mortar or whatever, you can use marketing online, but you're selling physical products. But when we're talking about digital marketing, it's just simply selling products that are not tangible. So you've bought people have bought ebooks, they've bought, printables and graphics and courses, and there's a ton of stuff. I'm trying to think of all the different things that come in a digital package. But that's what but then marketing those things online is digital marketing. So I have a homeschooling course, and I advertise it online, social media, and that's a form of digital marketing. So it's just the selling of intangible products.
Yeah, and that's really helpful. And a lot of times when people hear about digital marketing, one of their first thoughts is, well, that's great if I had something to market. And that was also kind of a sticking point for me initially, was I don't have any clue or idea of anything that I could, put into a course format and teach anybody. I've spent time in ministry. I've done, various things, blue collar, landscaping, things like that. I don't really have much that I could teach somebody that I could put in a course that would be marketable.
Right.
So,
Well, I had actually decided, because I had seen the digital course space for a while and I had seen these people making so much money. And I did think, okay, that's the answer. That's the answer to making, because what you're doing is you've got a global market, and the power of the internet to advertise your product, that's just a game changer. It's different than having just the radius of a, local business. And so I knew that it wasn't a too good to be true kind of thing. But when I started creating my course, what I found out quickly was there's a lot of moving parts to creating something that is really valuable and done well. And, to really do a course or a digital product correctly, you need a sales funnel. And there's a lot that goes into creating that. And there's a lot that goes into creating landing pages and advertising. I mean, when I started, I spent a year creating my course, and it was like giving birth to an 80-pound baby by the time I was done.
that's a big
And
baby.
so it was like a lot. But anyway, so I'm with you. And then there are people like you who they said, I'd love to sell digital products, but what digital products do I sell? Well, that's where the beauty of this blueprint is, that there are people who have created these phenomenal programs, these phenomenal products, but they also allow you to purchase the resale rights. And that is where the magic happens for legacy builders.
Yeah, that's super helpful. So we're talking about, I've likened it to, paying tuition at a college and being able to resell that tuition and make 100% profit from that.
Right.
It
Yeah.
really is, similar to that. I had to go get a chair.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And,
um,
for some people, it's easier for them to think about how affiliate marketing works. And at least they can wrap their head around, okay, I know what it means to be an affiliate marketer. That's where I recommend another company's products and I get a percentage of that sale.
right.
That is
Which
good.
is
And then
great.
it's great.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, if you're going to do the work to recommend somebody else's products, then do the work to recommend a product that you have resale rights on, and you can make 100%. It's just a no-brainer, because I haven't made a lot of money affiliate marketing, and it's just a game changer. Because even if you did that with affiliate marketing, even if you have a high ticket item, you're only making a small percentage of that,
Right.
whereas we get the high ticket,
Right.
the large sales. So
Yeah. Yeah, so basically you have say you have a $900 product, which is what the top legacy builders, which actually teaches affiliate marketing too, by the way. But
it does.
but you have this $900 product where you're making $900. It takes how many people to make, let's say 6 figures, right? It takes 111 people. Well, if you're selling, I don't know, an exercise bike that, maybe it's $900, but you only get, 10%, 20%. Now all of a sudden you have to sell a lot more units,
Sell thousands.
which
Yeah.
right, which is why it's so important and so helpful. It is like the thing that you need to be selling if you don't have a following yet. The
Yep.
course itself teaches you how to get a following. But if you don't have a following, it takes forever to monetize your channel, and it takes forever to be able to sell enough product in an affiliate style. So
Yes.
it's really kind of a quicker way to get your feet up under you
Yes.
as you're using the online space to market, and then you can expand into other revenue streams like creating your own course and
Right.
doing
And
affiliate.
applying the principles we're learning
Yes.
to any other. It's perfect for beginners in every way for that, because like you said, it provides them a product out of the gate, provides them the training. Because yeah, if you're just like, oh, I'm going to do affiliate marketing, you still have to figure out how to market that effectively.
Right.
And you got to go figure that out on your own. So I love how this program teaches you how and gives you a product to sell while you're learning. And then your knowledge and experience is just expanding, and it can only grow after that. So
Yeah.
it's perfect for beginners for sure.
Yeah. learning by doing, right? You're not
Mhm.
only are you learning through modules and things that are interactive, but you're actually doing, and while you're doing, you're making money
Yep.
in selling what, the course itself. So really just a great way to get started. So let's kind of switch gears a little bit. We talked a little bit about the course, what it is. um, the the one thing that I hear a lot of is I don't have time for that, and I personally can't relate with that because I am
Mhm.
disabled. I work on the farm, but really my schedule is my own. um, but you, as a stay-at-home mother, how many children do you have at home right now?
6 at home still.
Yeah, you were busy.
Mhm.
You were busy. So, they teach mastering the 2-hour workday, um, doing money or income earning activities for 2 hours a day, and
Mhm.
mastering that. Is that something that's doable for someone that, an old Texas saying, I don't know if it's the same in Alabama, is people that are catching themselves coming and going? Is that, do you think that's
Yeah, I think
doable?
I've heard that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I do. The way, and everybody does it differently, because I have heard people who they just want to take 2 hour chunk of time. And if you wanted to do that, that would be doable, especially for me. I would, if I did it that way, and sometimes I do, I would do it probably early in the morning before my kids got up. And, but I'm more of a ADHD squirrel. So I'm like all over the place, usually like 5 minutes. The creating content part is just easy to create anywhere. You could literally, I've created content at the hospital waiting room, at the trampoline park where my kids are, driving down the road. I was safe, but still, literally you can create content anywhere. So that part of it really doesn't interfere a lot with your schedule. And then there's time that you spend answering messages or responding to comments that takes up a little time. And then the time I spend a little time creating and sending newsletters to my
Yeah.
lists, because that's a really important income earning activity. um, those are the basic three things that I spend time doing. And so
Yeah.
it's easy to work it around your schedule. It's so easy. And I know a lot of busy moms who said the same thing. They're like, it's because I'm able to do it in the nooks and crannies of my day that make it so doable.
Well, and then the other thing is with technology today, say you have an extremely busy week coming up. This is something that my mother-in-law, she deals with. She comes home, she doesn't have the capacity to do anything else.
Yep.
She's exhausted mentally, physically, spiritually by the end of the day. But the day off that she does have, you have time to make 7, 8, 9, 12 videos,
Yep.
short videos, 15-second to 60-minute, 60-second videos, and sometimes
Schedule
10
those.
minute. Yeah. And just batch create those and then release them throughout the week. Just put it on a release schedule. And it is automating your business such that the hours that you spent on that day, um, it's making you money through your automations the rest of the week. And so, that I'm kind of hinting at automations a little bit. Tell me a little bit about the automations. You mentioned newsletters.
Well,
What is that? What is automations?
so I mentioned the sales funnel. So every business needs a good sales funnel because it takes so much work off of you. The sales funnel does the heavy lifting. And so for digital products, what that is anybody who's ever been to a website and they were asked to put their email in for, a recipe or for a free guide or whatever the thing, that's called a lead magnet. So you put your email in, and after that, that website typically sends you newsletters, emails regularly. And so that is what makes this so powerful, because once you've collected an email, that sales funnel starts to work for you. And what those emails do is they educate you. They educate your potential customer on what it is that they're interested in and how it works. And so every day, week, however often your emails go out, they're learning and getting more familiar with the product, trying to make an educated decision about whether they want to buy it. And so once you've created the content and put your lead magnet out there, that's really your main job. And then from there on out, the funnel just works for you behind the scenes, 24/7. That's why we make sales in our sleep. We make sales while we're out shopping. And I just love that about the business, because I can relax and be confident that it's working for me all the time.
Yeah, one of the pieces of content I created recently was just the peaceful moments become more peaceful. you
Mm,
know, in life, that knowing that you have something out there working for you.
hmm.
So it's just it's such a load off for someone that their task is to provide for their family.
Yeah.
uh, that you don't feel guilty maybe spending time with your family that you otherwise wouldn't, because there is something out there at that moment working for you, making sales, making contacts. Hey guys, so as you get on, don't hesitate. Let us know you're here. If you have any questions, we want to answer those. Please put them in the comments. Um, I just wanted to affirm that for you guys. This is interactive. I want you to. Oh, my niece is watching.
Ask
Carly Capri, I'm glad you're here.
questions.
Yes.
Another another
So
point another
that's
point I want to
great.
make
Go ahead.
another point I want to make about that funnel that's always working is we can create a piece of content today and that content goes out and becomes evergreen and someone can find it on YouTube in 2 years and come to make a purchase. And so it's not only always working, but it literally is, it continues to grow and work. And as that content, gets more likes and views, it gets seen more often. So it's the business is really by nature a growing business.
It's like a snowball. Like
Yeah.
it starts small, and because the old snow is still working, it's compacting new snow around it. It rolls down the hill, and it just gets bigger, 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 bigger. That
Yep.
is that is what we're talking about. It's a growth principle that works thanks to
Yep.
algorithms. As conservatives, generally we're very quick to bemoan algorithms, but why not, instead of complain about them suppressing your political views, let's make a little bit of money.
Yeah,
um
use them for our advantage.
yeah, use them to our advantage. That's exactly right. So that's really helpful. So one of the other aspects that I undervalued whenever I first started, and I think really wasn't a selling point for me, but really I didn't realize how much I would use it and how beneficial it is the community that's
Mm-hmm.
involved. I've got several of my customers watching now that are starting on their journey. Just tell prospective people a little bit about the value of the community that comes along with the course, the product itself.
Yeah, I think not only is it a fantastic community, I think it's the largest community on school right now. And there's like 49,000 something people, but they are fantastic. They are all your biggest fans. And going to the community, if I ever get unmotivated or discouraged, just popping into the community is all I need to do to get back, where I need to be, because there's a lot of help inside there. You can ask questions and people are ready to answer anything from tech support to just, I have this idea or I have this question or whatever. But yeah, I don't know that there's any business out there that you get that kind of interaction and community that comes, not to mention the live training that people from the community, in addition to Michelle, just give of themselves and give. And you can, what is it like? I don't know, 2 or 3 probably added live trainings a week.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that they add. So even the training part is always growing. And so it's just amazing. The community is great.
Yeah, and if you were to buy the Legacy Builder program itself, there's 4 programs, but the Legacy Builder program actually comes with a specific Legacy Builder training. It's like the cut above type of training that you would
Mhm.
want whenever you're launching a business. It's really a great level to come in at because it's everything.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Thankfully the Lord provided there to make that happen. So
And thankful for payment plans for people out there
yeah,
listening. I could not have joined without the payment plan. So um, that was the 1st of November that I joined. We were behind on our mortgage. The Christmas was not looking good for us either at all. And so, yeah, I'm just so grateful for that payment plan.
yeah. So you kind of opened that door a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your story. I mean, how has your business done since you've launched, and uh, you know, give us some encouragement there.
Yeah, so I launched November, I think it was November 1st, somewhere around there. And I made my first sale back pretty quickly, but I do tell people I had a following already through my blog because I've been blogging for 18 years. And I think I had just sent out a newsletter, not about specifically about the digital course or business that I was doing, but I mentioned it in there. And so I had several, of course, there are a lot of stay-at-home moms in my blogging world who were in the same boat that we are and just really, really needed additional
Yep.
income. So having made that sale so quickly, of course, was very motivating and exciting. But um, long story short, that since November the 1st, I have made around over
Mm,
$32,000 since then.
yep.
So it's kind of, yeah, it's when people say it just seems too good to be true, I'm over here with them. It really does. It really does. I'm with you, but
Yeah.
here we are.
Well, you mentioned you did have a following and people that identified with you and really um, that's something that was helpful to you. But what the program teaches you to do is to gain that following. And so a lot
Right.
of people, there was one guy I've referenced him a couple times. I can't remember his name. He's got the curly hair. You probably
Tim.
Tim. Yeah,
Tim.
3 months without a sale, no
Mhm.
sales, 3 months, right? And then the next 3 months, he pulls in six
Yep.
figures because he followed the blueprint and did what he was supposed to do. And so,
Yep.
if you work this blueprint, if you master the 2 hour workday, if you are in it for the long haul, and really legitimately as a side hustle, 2 hour workday, you
Mm-hmm.
could be in the same situation. And that's the thing. What I have done, and just my excitement over the people that I'm helping with this, I'm sure your excitement the same way, is we know the potential of this if they just stick with it, right?
Right.
We know
Right.
that they can do this, and it's just fun. I've already had my one of my customers make their first sales, and
That's
I know that you
awesome.
were excited whenever I did, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And
And
go ahead.
go ahead. Oh, that's another thing I love about it being so beginner friendly because, like you said, people immediately think, well, I don't have a following. They're going to teach you.
Yeah,
They are going to teach you exactly how to create that out there, not even to your family and friends. If you don't want to
right.
talk to them about it, you don't ever have to say a word to them. You can go out there on social media platforms, start from scratch, and they teach you how to quickly build a following. And then it's just like you said, a snowball machine from
Yeah.
there.
So just as for instance on that, I'm building my following on TikTok. I started my TikTok, I think it was around December 20th. I had to
Mhm.
stop my personal TikTok. I started on that. That was a mistake. They teach you to start a new one. I'm just up under 1,000 followers in a month.
Yeah.
And the and what the cool thing about that is it's mostly my perfect customer and other digital marketers that are wanting to help. So
Mhm.
that's the power of the community, and that's also the power of what they're teaching you. And the interaction is great. I get leads daily. It really is building up that market to help people that are just like you, struggling the way that you're struggling, or looking for the things that you're looking for. And you really you get to become a hope dealer. Like, you really don't have to be in the situation that you're in today 30 days from now, 60 days from now,
Right.
365 days from now. You don't have to be in the same situation, especially if you're learning how to use online marketing and digital marketing, to your advantage. So um,
Yeah, and I also tell my potential customers, this is not where you're gonna, because people just, the thought of spending $900, especially if you are already tight with money, and most people who are looking into this are, that seems so scary. I mean, it was scary to me too. But I remind them, it's not like you're purchasing this program and then they're just going to throw you out there and you have to figure it out. It's just it's such a handheld um business. And I found a lot of comfort in that because once I got into the program, as soon as I got in, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be awesome because they're going to not only help me every step of the way, but they even help you if you do get to where you feel stuck or something's not working, they'll help you pivot. And there's just always an answer for, okay, this isn't working. Let's pivot and try this. This is why this isn't working. Let's fix this. Oh, I haven't been doing that. Well, no, there's so many different ways to do this business and they want you to succeed. So,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. Well, if you are watching this, please comment if you have any questions. Really enjoying my time here with you, Kelly. So, is there anything else that you think is just important to discuss about the program, or maybe questions that you run into in your content and your comments that you would like to address?
one thing that has been coming up, it's kind of the more I think about it, I blog about homeschooling a lot. And every time somebody says about this business, it just seems too good to be true. I always go back to how we've been conditioned to think, especially if we went to traditional school. We were just conditioned to think you get good grades to get a good job, go to college, get a good job. Everything is about getting a good job, but we don't quantify what a good job is. And it's like we can't think outside of that. We can't think outside of, there are other options besides just a 9 to 5 grind. There are other options besides, work yourself to death until you're too old to enjoy retirement, which is what the standard American does. And I'm not, we need those workers. So don't get me wrong. We need 9 to 5ers, but the idea that that's the only option, because there
Right.
are a lot of people like you, for example, that don't have that option. And so, but to help us get over that's too good to be true, we have to kind of get out of that thinking like, okay, that 9 to 5 is an option, but it's one option.
Right.
There are we have the age of the internet, we have the power of social media, we have the power of having a global market, digital created products. And so that, if you understand that and you understand the algorithm and the numbers, it really shouldn't seem too good to be true. It should make sense in our heads. Like, okay, I see now how it could be possible to make that kind of money.
Yeah. One of the things I've seen with this program is it really takes away all the excuses. Like you might have excuses as to why you haven't been successful or been performing or, struggling in life, but this is a really inexpensive way to start setting up a multiple stream of income situation. Where you are leveraging 2 hours a day, maybe 8 hours on a Saturday if you wanted to do that instead of the 2 hours a day. Like there is a way out of your financial struggles, and there's no reason in this day and age with the tools that we have. Everybody has a phone, everybody has access to the internet, everybody has a social media account, everybody has these things, and there are hundreds of thousands of people making money online.
Lots of
So
money.
you can do this too. And one thing I want to address, I think that's really important, is I hear a lot, and I'd like to hear what you think about this. I hear a lot that this is something that's going to dry up in a couple of years. The market's going to get saturated. We are just taking advantage of people that, in their beginning, and it's kind of like a pyramid, which we've already kind of addressed a little bit of that. But there's 5.4 billion with a B users on social media platforms today. 5.4 billion. In our community, we have 49,000.
It's the comparison is so crazy. It can't happen. It can't happen. And it can't happen because of the numbers. For one thing, like you said earlier, we need like 100 customers a year, 111 customers a year to be a 6-figure owner. What's 111 compared to 5 billion? That's one point. But to the second point, we're not all marketing to the same people.
Hey,
you're marketing.
Happy birthday. I don't know what just happened there.
You're marketing to a completely different niche. So you're going to find your 100-something people there. I'm marketing to this niche over here. So I'm going to find my people there. And the third thing, the market is constantly changing and growing.
Yep.
In 2 years, Fred's going to be retired and he might be looking for something different. In 1 year, so-and-so might be a single mom and she all of a sudden needs something. In 5 years, this kid's getting married and maybe he wants to do it online. I mean, it's constantly changing. People's lives, people's needs are constantly changing. There's no way that there's a saturation ever problem.
That's so good. So good.
Yeah.
So that's the exciting thing about this business. I am so excited. So one last thing, we just started the 30K in 90 days sprints. And I listened to the first video. Have you listened to it this morning?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Just excited about Michelle, giving us her expertise. For anybody that doesn't know, Michelle is our mentor. She's the one that started the DGC, the Digital Growth Community, and she is just an inspiration. I think she made 1.7 million in 18 months using this exact same blueprint. It's incredible, but she is teaching you how to make 30K in 90 days. Could you tell us a little bit more about that sprint and what to expect with that sprint?
Well, I think she started off, if it's maybe I listened to a different one than you did, because this one today, she talked about the importance of finding your perfect customer.
Yes.
And I love that they teach you that, because if you don't know who your perfect customer is, you're just throwing content out there and it's not helping you stand out. And so the tools they give you in learning that, you learn how to craft the perfect message for your perfect customer. They come to you. And that's another beautiful thing about this business, is you don't have to go out there DMing people and bugging people. And
Yes.
so, yeah,
Thank
I keep
God.
niching. Yeah, I know. I keep, working on my perfect customer avatar too, and trying to improve that and improving my content. But it is true, when you get down to practicing those specific, instructions, your content just performs better. And the better it performs, the more leads, the more leads, the more sales. I think she, on average, expects 1 in 20 leads to become
Yeah.
customers. So I think that's her statistic. I don't know if I'm there. I need to check my conversion rate.
I'm below that. I'm below that myself. So I'm right at 1 in 14 right now.
Okay.
So, and that's because I'm brand new starting out. But yeah, I'm about 1 in 14, and a lot of the people that I've spoken with see the value in this, but they're just trying to scrounge to get the money to do it. And
Yeah.
some people, they don't want to come in at the $100 level, even though there's payment plans. I mean, think about that for
Yeah.
a second, guys.
You're still
$25,
doing the same work. Yeah.
$25, and you can start your business and get started. But they want to come in at the $900 level because it opens up all the different income streams to them. And so, that is something. So I'm expecting that uh, to get closer to 1 in 20 over time, because I've just had that. People have been seeing the value of it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, 1 in 20 is excellent. I mean, think about that. If you get 100 leads, and they're 1 in 20, that's five people
Hmm.
that are potentially buying from you. Well, if they are buying from you if you're closing 1 in a 20 with your automation. So what is that financially to you? What's 5 times 900 if they're all $900 customers?
Right.
It it escalates pretty quickly from there.
It
So
really does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate your time, Kelly. Is there any other thing you'd like to discuss before we bow?
Yeah. I was sitting here trying to think about, I should have written down some of my most common questions. You know, one of the things people say, they're like, well, I don't know what it means to just buy a course and resell a course. But does it help you to understand that the course, the program, it's actually a program, not a course, the program you're buying is so valuable that you wouldn't even, if you wanted to market it just to other businesses for their business.
Yep.
Okay. So like if a small business is struggling and they don't understand how to market on social media, this course would be phenomenal to help grow their business, because it teaches you exactly how to create content. And so even if you went in at that angle, because I know businesses that have bought the course just not even to resell it, but specifically to help their business. So, understanding what you have, and it's just like I said with anything else. Um, if you're an affiliate marketer and you use a product and you love the product, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I want to recommend this to other people, and then you earn money. People don't have a problem with
Right.
that. That's a normal thing that we're used to. But then because it's 100% profit, somehow our mind or thinking shifts. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm like, look, this is a valuable program.
Yeah.
Valuable in many ways. Valuable. I want all my kids to go through it, because no matter what they end up doing in life,
It's going to be.
it's going to be valuable for them. It's like a college degree
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
social media
In
marketing.
social media marketing. Yeah, you don't need to go to college to learn that. You learn by doing. You learn by following this blueprint. It's amazing.
Right. So
So
I
just
have
a
no
quick story.
problem recommending
Oh,
that, when
oh
I
yeah,
see the value in it. I have no problem saying you ought to buy this course. It's phenomenal.
right.
Or program. I keep saying course.
So yeah, the program. That's probably my fault. I've been saying course a lot. So one thing that is just a quick story on why I see this so valuable is because Kelly, and some of you may know, is that we tried to start a venue over this last year,
Mhm.
and around April we were really excited about to launch, and I started dumping money money that I did not have into marketing. And I think I spent close to $10,000 of my savings, my hard-earned money, for a consultant, for a guy to help me market this place.
Mm,
And I regret I regret that so much, because
right.
the course that this is teaching you how to market your product for free. This is not marketing by pay-per-click ads. This is not marketing paying for views on YouTube.
Right.
This is all attraction marketing, and it teaches you how to use that. You can do that for this course. You can do that for another product like an affiliate. You could do that for maybe a product that you're selling in your Etsy shop. You could do that for a brick and mortar. You could do that as a real estate agent, as an insurance agent. This is teaching you how to leverage all these tools that we've been given: social media, internet, your phone, your computer. You have all the stuff that you need to
Hmm.
do this. And I didn't know that. So what I thought was I needed somebody else to do it for me, and I really didn't. I wish I would have known about this program a year
Yeah.
ago. I wish I would have known about this program 10 years ago, whenever social media started,
Yeah.
clicking off. But it's still early. It's still in its infancy, and I am
It is.
excited to see how this benefits people, how this grows businesses, and how this lifts people out of poverty.
Yep.
Um,
I'm
that's
going to have
that's an
Aaron go
exciting
through it for
aspect of
his
this.
home inspection business.
Yeah,
Here, because like, hey, I told him early on, I was like, you need to be throwing me a couple videos here and there. And so anyway, as he goes through the training, it's gonna click with him how simple it is to market yourself, because it really is simple. That's the other thing, that you think it's too good to be true just because of the money you make, but the concept of what you're actually doing each day is not hard.
right,
Anybody can do it.
right,
So yeah.
right. Well, that's great. Well, I was going to do just an opportunity for people to find out more information about this. We will both be posting this live on our respective personal pages with our links for you to go and to get, hop into our funnel and get all the information that you need to, decide if this is for you. We're obviously open to answering questions for you guys, and being there to help you understand what it is that we're doing.
Mhm.
And we're right up against an hour, which means that an hour. We're about 46 minutes from whenever we started. So I'm
Wow,
at a
time
point
flies.
where I have 15 minutes left in my 2-hour workday, and then I'm not thinking about this for the rest of the day.
Awesome. Isn't that fantastic? I know. I love that.
It's great. It's like, don't leave your office, leave your work at the office. Don't bring it home.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many good things to say about it. I can't think of a negative thing. So if anybody's on the fence, I would just say get off.
Yeah.
I wish I had gotten off much sooner. I don't know why it took me several days, weeks. Well, it took you a while too.
Yeah, it took me a while. It took me a while. I mean, it usually takes 7 to 10 touches for people to really understand what you're doing, and see if it's something that's good for them. But
Yeah.
the too good to be true thing it's really there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a hard thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, but man, I am so pumped about 2025 and what this is going to do for my family, what it's already done for my family,
Yeah.
and what it could do for my customers' families. So
Yeah, Aaron, my husband, I'm hoping to, maybe I shouldn't say this on live, but my dream for him is to be done with construction, at least more hands off, at least just from a contractor standpoint. He could just, contract stuff out so he doesn't have that pressure anymore, to be out there grinding. So he's pretty excited about that part.
yeah, I really want to bring my wife. Again, probably shouldn't say this on live, but my wife loves Nichols Nook. She loves working at the coffee shop, but she also wants to be home more, and so I want to be able to bring her home more. And that doesn't mean that she's going to leave Nichols Nook. She loves you guys. Please don't hear that. Um, but it would be nice for her to not have to work as much, and to enjoy. And we're kind of already on that trajectory, so I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Well, hey guys, I appreciate you jumping on and watching, and hopefully this was beneficial to you. We'll probably do things like this from time to time throughout the year, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So as people have questions, don't hesitate. this live will be posted for 30 days. And I think we're going to try to figure out a way to download it and repurpose some of the content, which will be nice. But if you have questions, don't hesitate. Post on this this content, this wall, whatever they call it, and we'll answer them as we can. And until then, maybe we'll see you, I don't know, in a couple weeks or so.
Thanks,
Kelly, I'll
Paul.
see you at church on the Lord's Day, because that's
right.
what we do.
That's what we do. Thanks for
Well, we'll
inviting
talk
me. I
to you.
appreciate it.
Yep.
All
For
right.
sure. Bye.
Bye-bye.